And this is the story of the time I got a butch venom piercing. I am about to show you some footage from a really long time ago. Not a really long time ago. I took this video ages ago, and then I just never edited it. So this is why I'm making a new intro, because at the time I was still KF Giggles. KF Giggles. Because Giggles is my nickname, and I'm from Africa, and I was into K-pop. So I am still into K-pop. But I like more things now. Yeah. Enjoy fresh out of high school me. Hi, I'm Giggles. Today I'm going to talk about something that I got done to my body. I poked 2 holes in a body part with a needle and it hurt like hell. It has been quite the experience and quite the journey, honestly, to come to get this thing done into my tongue. And I'm happy I got it done, but I'm also very sad because I got it done in a way that now it doesn't look nice, and it hurts still, and it's been like about a month. So yeah, let me warm you up on the details, let me brief you on the circumstances. So I've been wanting to get this piercing for about since I was in since the end of last year, which is because currently 2018, so the end of 2016. It was just the thing I wanted to do to my tongue because I was like, I barely rebel. I'm frankly a very good child. I go to school at an all-girls boarding school, so there's not much space to rebel. Kids rebel, but I was just like, I don't want to be expelled. This place costs a lot of money and my mom works hard, so I'm going to be a good kid and I'm not going to rebel too much because I don't want to get expelled. Fun fact, I got expelled at the very end, but that's neither here nor there. If you want me to tell that story, I'll tell it in a later time. Just hit me up in the comments. I waited until it was it was finals basically, which was a month or 2 ago, right? So it was finals, and I said, okay, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna go to our local tattoo shop. Well, the local tattoo shop next to my school, and I'm gonna get this piercing done. The place that I went to was a small little, establishment at the mall. I was like, hey mom, can me and my friend go, can me and a couple of my friends just go to the mall for the morning? Mind you, this is during exams. Just to chill, we're tired and we're stressed and we just want some time to spend together. That was a lie. We wanted to go get pierced. And we get to the place and I'm like, why? This place is tiny. There are 3 dudes. There's a blonde dude, a chubby tall dude, and some dude who's just quiet and not even standing by the workstation. He's just kind of chilling. They're playing music. They're playing really pop punk. And in my head, I'm like, okay, this looks kind of legitimate. This looks okay. Mind you, I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted to go to a place that I looked up online that had a designated piercer who had her own details and shit, and she had a portfolio and stuff, and it was gonna be great because I thought she would be more, because on her resume, her little story on her website, it was like, oh, I have 13 years experience, and mind you, a venom piercing is very not necessarily complicated, but it's not common. And so when I was calling up tattoo places to be like, hey, can I please get a double tongue piercing done? They were like, sorry, what? A double what? What is that? The one place I called was like, oh, sure, we can get that done. I was like, okay, great. When can I come in? It's like, okay, cool. You can come in so and so, but you have to do it separately. And I'm like, all the research I've done told me that this is something you can do immediately. Why are you telling me that to come here on several occasions? But then again, they were like, oh yeah, sorry, no, that's just how it works. And I was like, okay, how long do I have to wait until I get the second one? 2 weeks, a week, how long? And he was like, 3 months. And I was like, you must be kidding. You must be joking. I can't wait that long. No, I can't do that. I had wanted to go to a different place with the lady with the credentials. But then one of my friends, another friend, who I low-key, I'm mad at her now because now my piercing isn't what I wanted it to be. But anywho, she was like, no, this place looks dodgy. The place with the lady with the credentials. This place, I drove past there like the other day, and I personally think it looks dodgy. It doesn't look like it's like a legitimate place. And I was like, no, but the website looked pretty okay. I mean, it looked like it was made in 2007, but it looked okay. And she's like, no, I think you should go here. I ended up going to the place that she suggested. That is at the big, commercial mall. That should be my first like tell off. Why am I getting a piercing this rare in a mall? Like, I should probably have gone somewhere a bit niche. Okay, so I go, and it's me and one friend and another friend. This friend wants to get a helix, right? So she gets her helix and it's great, and she was scared that it would hurt, but I hold her hand and it's fine. And then I'm like, okay, I'm here to do mine. And then they're like, sorry, we don't have the equipment to do your piercing. And I was like, what? No. I was so excited to do, like, we were so lit to come do the specific piercing. Oh, I can't walk this way. So I was obviously dejected. And he was like, yeah, no, you have to get a horseshoe thing. And I was like, no, I know, I just want the, like individual, like 2 barbells in my tongue, not like a hook. And I think that's something, it's called something else. Like something, I don't know, but I just wanted 2 separate barbells. And he was like, oh, okay, I can do that. I was like, oh, thank God. So I get into the chair and it's fine. And then I'm like ready to I stick my tongue out and I'm like, holy shit, I'm actually doing this. And he puts on his gloves. He says, you good? He gives me like a piece of like kitchen towel thing. And I put on my chest, like, no, just so you don't drool, because it's blood and you might drool and you don't want to get that all over your clothes.
Guys, this is amazing. Oh, there's that drool.
Is it done?
On the one side. But it does not look pleasant.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
So with these, you'll have to clean both with salt water twice a day for 3 weeks. And when you're done eating, wash your mouth out with salt water as well. You can actually just wash your mouth out with salt water all the time. Okay, one is done.
That clamp fucking hurts. Fuck.
The clamp? Oh, okay.
I told you, this clamps are so it's
Like
not
a
the piercing.
pulse on your tongue. Oh my fuck.
Feel free to cry, that's okay.
Cry.
I can keep it in my ear.
Stick out your tongue.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh fuck.
What could he use getting ear piercing?
That's a lot of blood.
So he comes in with a clamp. And he clamps my tongue. He's like, you don't want to move your tongue around. Mind you, he probably this should have been, but I was high on adrenaline. I was like, I'm getting my piercing. I didn't think about, oh no, maybe he should have marked my tongue to see if it would be even, or if he should have done this or that, or if he should have, like, I wasn't paying. All the knowledge that I had garnered from the internet about venom piercings had gone out the window because I was just excited to get my piercing. Like, I was just so excited. I was like, I'm getting my piercing. I'm getting my piercing. I can get my piercing. I was just too excited. So he clamps my tongue, and first of all, the clamp itself was the most painful part. By far the most painful part. The clamp itself was the worst part, like, by far. You know why? Because you're not getting a piercing done in the center, because obviously it's a venom piercing. So what I was getting done was like 2 piercings on either muscle of my tongue, right? So he clamps the one side, and I don't feel it in my actual tongue. I feel it in my ear. Because I'm assuming, from my limited knowledge in biology, high school biology, is that the tongue and the ear, there's like muscles in this region that are connected. So when he clamps my tongue, it's like he's pulling out my ear from the inside out through my mouth, and it hurt like a bitch. It hurt so much. It hurt so much. And then I feel the needle go in and then like through, and I feel it. But nothing compares to the pain that's this long along my jaw right here and in my ear. Nothing. It hurts so much. So obviously, he gets the barbell on and it's fine. And he gets this piercing done. And I'm like, fuck. Y'all didn't tell me this clamp would hurt so damn much. And he's like, no, the clamp is the worst part. Don't worry about it. It's just the clamp. And then I was like, ow, this hurts. And I was like, fuck, this really hurts. And I couldn't compute. Like, I was like, ow, ow, ow. Oh my word. So then I'm hesitant to get the other one because I'm like, now both ears have to hurt. Like, ouch, man, like, ow. And I was like, okay, and this tongue starting to like swell up. He's like, hey, hurry up because I'm not gonna be able to get even if your tongue's all swollen. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll come. Okay, cool. So I'm like, I'm trying to like stick my tongue up, but it really hurts. So I'm like, and then eventually I'm like, okay, I stick my tongue out. And then he comes up too, and it hurts like a bitch too. It hurts like a fucking bitch, and it still hurts. And my ear, and this ear, both ears are pounding now, and they're both like they're being pulled out from my tongue. Like, oh, it sucked. So I was like, oh, thank God it's done. Yay, thank you so much. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Second warning sign, he's like, oh yeah, get some vodka in your system so that you chill yourself down, that you're not feeling the pain. You know, get a slushy, mix some vodka in there, and it'll be great. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Mind you, the internet told me not to drink alcohol at all, you know, but it didn't hurt that much. It turned out fine. So anywho, my friends and I, we leave the store and go on a little walk around the mall and stuff, and it's great. And then we get into the car and we're driving. And now this is when things just become very sad. Well, not that sad. I just felt really bad in the moment. But we're driving and we're like 5 minutes away from school, which is because I was boarding at the time. I guess in boarding school, so 5 minutes away from school, and I feel I move my tongue around just a little bit. I feel a ball. I feel a small little baby ball, and I'm like, I wonder what that is. I pull out my mouth and I'm like, oh fuck, it's the bottom ball of my barbell of this piercing. And I was like, holy shit, what the hell? Oh my god, why is it coming out? So now I'm like, I push my tongue to my palate so I can like keep the piercing like in case it does. I didn't want it to close. I had an idea that tongue piercings would close quickly, but I didn't think it would close like that quickly. We were literally 2 minutes away from school, so we're driving and we get to school finally, and I run to the bathroom and I'm like, okay, let's get this back in, and I'm about to try to screw the ball back on, but then there is no barbell to be seen from the bottom. I should probably have some pictures and I'll show you what it looked like. It was just from the front, I just had a piercing, like a double piercing, and then from the bottom, I had like one piercing. So that was great. And obviously I felt shattered, and so I called the place and I was like, hey, listen, one of the balls fell out. Can I? And the hole closed at the bottom. And it's like, oh no, come back quickly. But my mother at this time had already left, and there was no way I could get out of the school then, like at all. So I dejectedly had to go to bed, you know, with a little bar in my tongue that wasn't secure in my tongue. It just said like, this is okay. So imagine this is my tongue. This is my tongue, right? And so it's closed at the bottom. So the barbell is just kind of chilling, just having a great time. And I'm trying my best not to talk too much because I'm like, what if this thing falls out and I choke on it? What then? We went out on a Thursday. So on the Friday I go home. And I'm like, Mom, can you please drop me off at the mall so I can do something? I'm still lying to her. I haven't told her anything yet. So I go to the mall and I'm like, hey, hi. I called the other day and my piercing was just not okay. Can you like fix it? And so he's like, oh yeah, sure. But then they're giving me very like awkward like vibes. They're like, they look at each other. Now there's the one, now of the people who were there the first time we went, only the blonde guy is the one I remember. And then a new guy, buffer, a bit, taller, and then there's a blonde dude. So the blonde dude is the one who I saw the first time, and he didn't want to do my piercings. Like, I don't like tongue piercings. Like, okay, fine. I preferred him, and he looked more gentle. And he was like, he talks to the other dude. He's like, oh, please come help me here so I can like push this piercing back in with just the barbell. And I was like, what? What do you mean with just the barbell? Isn't that gonna hurt? And I was like, oh dear God, my ear's gonna hurt again. So he's like, no, please come help me. And then the guy comes and he looks at my tongue and he's like, why did he do it like that? And I'm like, why did he do what? The blonde is like, oh yeah, so I got your tongue? And I'm like, I stick on my tongue. And he's like, ooh, this is not even. And I was like, wait, what? Sorry, who? Sorry, what? It's like, yeah, no. Oh, the best thing we can do is take out the piercing completely and wait for it to heal and get it re-pierced. And I was like, hold 1 minute. You are telling me that all that pain that I went through for this piercing is void, basically. Because what happened was, The piercing was literally like so much higher than this one was, and I didn't notice the first day because my tongue was swollen as fuck. And when I took pictures, it looked fine because my tongue was like this big, like it was massive. And so the piercing looked pretty even from that. I just thought it was because it wasn't sitting like in my tongue that it looked a bit like wonky. I thought, okay, no, when I get it replaced, it'll look fine. But no, that was not the case at all. Not at all. It was so uneven. And so the new guy, is like, yeah, it probably fell out because your piercing was so uneven. That's probably why, because it was too far back in your tongue. The way your tongue swelled up, got swollen, the ball couldn't handle it and fell off. He's like, yeah, just take it out and let it heal for 2 weeks and then come back. And I was like, okay. And once again, I felt very sad and dejected. And I was like, why is this happening to me? So I take out the one piercing and it heals up immediately. Like there's no hole anymore. And then I let this one heal and let it heal like the normal time. So you're supposed to wait at least 10 to 14 days for all the swelling to go down, so you have like a normal tongue that feels normal. I'll get to like the healing process and stuff like later, but I just didn't get the story done. I come back 3 weeks later. I don't come back 2 because the 1 week I'm not in town. So I come back 3 weeks later, and then the guy who did the piercing the first time is there. And I'm like, hey, listen, dog, you did me dirty. This piercing was uneven. And he's like, oh, well, let me see. And I'm like, see, like, if I had pictures, I would show you, but the piercing's gone now. But just so you know, you did me dirty, right? So it's like, no, it's okay, it's fine. We'll do it now. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he does it for free, obviously, because obviously I'm the customer and I was not given my proper service. So yeah. So I sit down and whatever, and I get the piercing done. It hurts much less this time. So it hurts a little more, but also a lot less. Like it was weird. So then I have the piercing done, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And he measures it this time. He checks. He's like, okay, no. He takes even, and he actually looks like he's checking for things this time. And I was like, okay, great. Now I think he knows what he's doing. It's the same dude. He just has another time. He just has red hair. He has the audacity to blame me for why it wasn't even the first time. He's like, because obviously I hesitated again because I'm a fucking scared cat. Like I can't, like I can handle pain, but I'm dramatic. I'm so drab. So I'm like, you know, that was literally me. And I felt so awkward for it afterwards because he made me feel bad. He was like, see, this is why it was uneven the last time because you kept hesitating. I couldn't measure it properly. I'm like, as a professional, don't you think you should have been marking it in the first place? But obviously, I'm not happy. I'm still not happy because the thing is, it's still uneven. I have the double piercing and it's still uneven. So anyway, I get it done and it's fine. I woke out feeling fairly bad because I'm like, oh, this man just blamed me for my own mishap. I mean, I get it. Maybe I should have been a better candidate, but like maybe if you were a better piercer, this wouldn't have happened. Maybe if I just trusted my gut and gone to the place that I had looked for the lady with the credentials and not trusted a friend's advice. If I trusted my gut, you know, like Olivia Pope, and decided to do what I had intended to do in the first place, then I probably would have had a better piercing. Now it's like 2 weeks later. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks later, and my piercing is done. It is healed for the most part, although it doesn't feel like it's healed because one piercing still really hurts. It doesn't hurt badly. It's just that okay, so let me explain what happened. So when he pierced me the second time, let me show you. Let me actually show you the piercing. So I've gotten used to now like readjusting myself so it looks even. Let me just show you. Okay, so I got this one done first, and then this one got done second. This side of my tongue has been pierced twice now. So this one looks like. Now, the issue is they're even from the top. Like the entrance of the holes are okay. However, the main issue is the angle he pierced me at. And now I'm like, you're supposed to be qualified at this. Why aren't you? Why is my piercing so uneven? So I'll show you the bottom. How sad is that? Like, this is the second time I got it pierced and it's still uneven. Now this one is too far back. And it's not, I mean, the angle is not, okay. So this one is pierced, if this is my tongue, this one is pierced like that, right? So the bottom bowl comes out closer to my teeth, and then this one comes like this way. So it's like this. But now this one is pierced like that. like straight up, like just straight up, and there's no give to the bar at all. It's just stuck in my tongue, like there's no give. And this one's the one that hurts. This one's the one that if I yawn, I can feel it. Like it feels like I'm stretching my tongue. It feels like I feel the same jolt of pain at the bottom of my jaw that I did when it was still healing. And I'm like, okay, maybe not the same, but like duller. But I'm still like, I'm not supposed to be feeling this, am I? No. So if I like yawn, oh, there we go. It feels like it's pulling, like the muscle itself is just like. Long story short, the piercing is still botched. It was botched the first time, botched the second time. So what's a girl like me to do? A girl like me is going to just take the piercing out. Like I'm just going to leave it alone. Like I think I'm just gonna let my tongue heal because I'm now going to university next year. Well, not university. My friend's going to university. I'm going to college. I'm going to a small college in another mall. See, South African malls, man. And it's for musical theater, and I would need my tongue muscles to sing. I can sing without. I mean, I can sing okay with it in. I can sing fine. Nothing much has changed. I can still pronounce words. Although, I've been known to not pronounce words that clearly. The tongue piercing has not negated that. It hasn't made it worse. It's been the same. So, yeah. But yeah, it's been advised that I keep it out when I come in next year. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna take it out because honestly, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. Like it looks pretty cool in pictures and stuff, and like so people are like, oh, you have what, 2 piercings in your tongue? Oh my god. And I'm like, and now that I have pink hair, I've just got a whole like image going, like a alternative tumblr girl. I'm kind of still attached to it because I'm not gonna take it out now. I'll take it out a little later. But yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan of what's going to happen to this piercing. I'm very sad because it's still uneven, but you know what? It's okay. It's fine. You know, there's lessons learned. I got my rebellious, time. Moving on to the healing process, because that's what most of you are probably curious about, not the actual story. Okay, so when you get your piercing done, the first thing your tongue's going to do is swell up like a balloon. It's going to be huge. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. It's going to be so big. My tongue was so big that it had, my teeth, like my tongue was seeping out through my teeth. Like I would smile and you could see like little pink little diamonds because my tongue was just so big. It couldn't like fit in my mouth. So what happened was my tongue had like ridges on it. Like ridges, right? Ridges. Like little like divots around the corners. So that's to be expected. You're also to expect, you're going to feel pain from the bottom, like I said, because apparently from my experiences, your tongue is connected to your ear. So you'll feel pain in the bottom here. And my face is a bit puffed up a little as well. And it didn't feel good. So I put ice there to negate that kind of swallowed feeling. What you will also experience, or what I experienced, that you might experience as well, is some slight pus. This, I confirm with you, this does not mean you have what's it called, infection. It does not mean you have an infection. You only have an infection if your tongue has like searing pain, like actual, I can't bear this pain. And also if it's like red and angry, like angry red tongue, you have an issue. If your tongue's still like mellowing out, it's like, what will happen is you'll get like buildup, like a lot of buildup, because you can't brush your teeth because obviously it hurts. So you have like a bit of a white tongue or like a yellowish tongue. That comes with the territory, because you can't brush your teeth like you're supposed to. But that's the most that will happen. I got like a tiny bit of pus. In the first time I got this piercing, the first time around, nothing was sore. It was just a little bit of white foam and a little bit of yellowish foam that was like gooey and like stuff, and it didn't hurt. So that's not. I just rinsed out my mouth and it didn't happen again. So that's all the pus you'll experience if you're like anything like me. I don't know, but you will experience like some yellowish pus. What was I gonna say? Okay. Another thing that will really help you. What helped me second time around was I used a throat spray. I used an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial throat spray on my tongue. You're not supposed to use like alcoholic things, but it had alcohol in it and I didn't care. I was like, I want to use it. And it really, really, really helped my piercing to like reduce the swelling. The first time around I couldn't eat until my tongue had too much swelling. I didn't eat for the first 72 hours. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I didn't eat. Sunday was my first meal, like my first proper, like, it wasn't even a proper meal, it was a proper like liquid meal because I couldn't chew. Because in order to chew, you need to move your tongue muscles, and to do that, you have to irritate your piercing. To move your tongue means to irritate your piercing, so that obviously hurts. So I couldn't do that. I was like, ouch, I'm not eating. I'll just sip on things. I had like soups and like blended, like when there was supper, my mom would have like chicken or something. I would put like tomato and like chop up the chicken, put some like stock or some hot water with some spice, and then like blend it, and I would have soup, because soup is much better than trying to chew and hurting your tongue and not eating. So I would just sip on, get a straw, and then sip. So I would have that until I could eat like proper solid meals on about the Tuesday-ish. So it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So the 6th day was when I actually tried to eat solid food, and I had like small baby bites, little baby bites that I would eat. The second time around, because I used the throat spray, the swelling reduced immensely. So it went from, because the first time I had like so much swelling that my tongue, for the first 3 days, I could not tell the difference between how big it had swollen and how little it had swollen. Like it was just a big old tongue. It was just a swollen tongue. But the second time around, by the second day, it had reduced immensely. It had gone down quite a bit, enough for me to eat. So the second time, I could eat in like the second day and the third day. Okay, not really the second day, more like the third and the fourth day, rather than the 6th day. So that really helps if you get like a throat spray. That really helps to negate your swelling, and it also helps speed up the healing process of the piercing, because it helps like, I don't know, blood clotting or something. If you're getting a venom piercing, or just any piercing of any kind, okay, maybe not any kind, but like if you're getting something simple like a helix, or something that someone can't botch like really badly, like a nose, or I don't know about a lip though, but if you're getting something like mine that needs precision, if you're just getting a single tongue piercing, you should be fine. Like, I'm sure the place would have been fine if it was something that wasn't like a little extra, because this is pretty extra. Like, you can't lie, this is pretty extra for then you should be okay if you want to put in the work to make sure that your piercer is proper. But if you're getting something like I did, you need to check your facts. You need to be able to ask the person and be like, hey, how long have you been piercing tongues for? How long have you been doing piercing for? What's your, have you done this piercing before? How long, what can I expect about this piercing? How much pain am I supposed to expect? How am I supposed to take care of it? Like, you have to be able to ask a lot of questions and have that piercer be like, you know, prepared to ask your questions. If they're not, get out of there. Like, leave. Like, you need to make sure that you're secure so that this doesn't happen. Like, let me be an example to you. Make sure this doesn't happen, because it's so annoying. If you're scared to get it done, if you're scared of pain, I would avoid. If you're apprehensive of like connotation and like stigma that comes with tongue piercings, don't get it done. Just don't. Because if you don't have the backing, your own individual self-confidence to be like, hey, listen, this is my piercing, I don't care what you think about it, don't get it done. Don't. Just do it. Do what you want, but just be prepared. Because I had a dude, like, we were talking, and he looked at me and was like, is that what's on your tongue? And I was like, it's a piercing. And he grabs my face and he's like, this is so unnatural. And I was like, fuck off. I literally almost punched him. I was like, get out of my face. And he's like, oh, you're probably such a, you know, a slut. And I was like, even if I was, why would that be an insult? Because, you know, my promiscuity has nothing to do with you. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Get out of my face. But yeah, just be prepared to maybe fight a few people. Maybe. It's a big maybe. Depends on where you live. Depends on what your crowd is like. But yeah, but if you want to get a venom piercing, make sure you get it done legitimately. If you like this video, please like, obviously. Just click like. If you disliked it and have issues with it, comment below. But don't be mean, please. I don't, please just don't be mean. I'm sure you have better things to do than to be like mean to some 18-year-old on the internet. So, can you be constructive if you can? I'd appreciate that. Hello, this is 2020 Editing Giggles coming through with an update. My tongue still is bigger than it should be. I think I technically now have scallop tongue syndrome, where basically there's ridges on the edges of my tongue. Like, it's too big for my mouth. So my teeth put dents into it. So, yeah, that's a thing. Fun fact. I didn't end up taking this piercing out willingly. The plan was to take it out eventually, But what had happened was I was working at a camp and it was dinner time and I eat my dinner and then I finish eating my dinner and then I go to the bathroom and see my tongue in the mirror. I am missing a barbell bowl. Turns out I swallowed it. I swallowed the barbell bowl. That was the universe telling me these middle things have stayed in your tongue for far too long. I've kept them. I've kept the barbells as mementos of my rebellion. I still have them in a jewelry box somewhere. Anyway, get your venom piercing, girl, or guy, or them, or they, or whoever you are. If you want to get your piercing done, get your piercing done because it looks cool as fuck. Like how cute is that? Although mine's botched. Just don't get it botched. Just get it done properly. You know, listen to my tips. If my tips helped you, holla at your girl in the comments. Yeah. So just be you and get your live your best life. You know, just try and like get it done correctly. Bye.